So, Liani.
Hello.
I've just met you.
Hi, yes you did.
Where are we? In Paul?
We are in the Perl.
The Perl.
The Perl. Yeah.
Tell me about, because I don't know anything about you. We just had a great conversation about, you know, I don't know what. We were talking, we were joking.
Too many things.
Too many things.
That's the Paul.
Okay.
Like, that's the Paul effect, I'd say. Is that people just don't realize how small and at the same time how big Paul can be.
Okay.
Like, yes, there are these small little communities and it makes it seem cliquey.
Okay.
And that's true, but at the same time, if you get there and you get your clique,
Yeah.
you got your vibe.
Okay.
And you're good. So I love Paul. I've been in Paul for a long time.
Really? So, were you born here?
No, I wasn't.
Okay.
I'm originally from the Eastern Cape.
Okay.
So I'm from Cradock.
Oh, what? Really?
Yes.
That's very interesting. It's like I don't know this, and it's coming up as like an interesting.
It's cute, right?
Well, I mean, I only know
Middle
Cradock.
of nowhere.
Yeah.
Middle of nowhere.
My mom went there the other day for like a memorial lecture for the Cradock 4, but we don't get into that right now.
But how cool is that?
Yeah.
My grandfather was actually the inspiration for the Postduif Club.
Okay.
So the flying pigeons.
Flying pigeons.
Yeah. He was. It's now the Joubert.
Okay.
Postduif Club.
Oh wow.
So it's this cute little thing that I feel Paul doesn't get that. You don't get those OG people that started the community and were there. But anyways.
So how long have you been in Paul?
I think it's been 18 years now.
Right.
My
so it's a
mother
while.
actually started Rawson Properties in Paul.
Okay.
So she started this 18 years ago.
Wow. As a franchise of Rawson?
Exactly.
Right.
Having moved from Cradock, a small town where she was a mom who raised 3 beautiful babies and did the best that she can. My dad had always been the businessman. And when we moved to Paul, that dynamic changed.
Okay.
So it changed into my dad having to sit back and my mom having to sort of take charge in some of those responsibilities.
So she started a Rawson agency?
Exactly.
Right.
She went to Rawson, she asked them, how do you guys do these things, what do you do? And both my parents did that together.
Okay.
So they both studied and my mom did her night classes, everything. But she went as far as to become a principal.
Principal, yeah, of an estate agency. Okay, and how long has she been that?
18
years, eh?
Yeah.
Really?
And the most beautiful thing about my mother's, progress in this business was that she was named the first chairwoman of the National Rawson Executive Committee.
Okay.
So she's the Rawson Exco.
Right.
And she was the first woman who was appointed this position just because she was so good at leading people without trying to.
Right.
Do you get me? It was just that, what do you want? What do you need me to do? I'll do it for you.
How can I be useful for you?
Exactly. Let's just make it work.
Yeah.
And that has been my inspiration.
Okay.
So after school, having no idea what I wanted to do, I thought for sure I was going to be the next Charlize Theron.
Okay.
I was going to go into drama, entertainment. I was going to be on 7-Alarm and all of these cute things. And I realized after school, it's just not as easy as they make it seem, of course.
Yeah.
So I kind of gave up on that. But my mom gave me this idea of, it's about what you work for. You can make it happen no matter what. 10 doors will close, but 1 door will open.
Right.
And that door will be the 1 door. And that's how I got an ad when I was in primary school.
Okay.
And the school, they were like, oh, you cute. I'm like, yeah, obviously, I think I'm cute.
Do you hate it when people say that? Like, that you're cute and that you...
Back then, I had these big, Dumbo ears. So I was like, don't tell me I'm cute. Tell me I'm cool.
Yeah. Okay.
Or tell me I'm something else.
Yeah.
But anyways. So I did these ads and that got me to where I am today because the money that I actually made through these ads got me my first camera.
Yes.
It got me my first, you know, like position where I had money
Yeah.
that I could now spend it on what I wanted to.
And you started it after school? You only started doing that after?
I actually started when I was 12.
Oh, right.
Yes.
Okay. So you were like a child star.
I was a child star.
Yeah, same here.
Really?
I was a child model and actor, and then I just lost all my looks.
Just lost it.
Lost all my looks.
See, I feel like that's what happened to me. Something went wrong. I don't know. I feel like I've still got the personality.
I'm sure, yeah.
But something
That's why you're
happened
sitting
with,
here.
Yeah.
Pretty
They
much.
thought I had the whole like blonde look, and I was like,
Yeah.
I'm sorry, the brown's coming through. I'm not blonde anymore. I
Yeah.
don't know what to do. But
Yeah.
I loved being on set and
Right.
doing all these things.
Yeah, it's a nice vibe. It's
And
like
the
just...
only thing I wanted out of my career was to study at Stellenbosch University for a drama student.
So you were already doing those ads and things in order to be able to study drama.
And that's what happened.
How did you know that you would have to do this for yourself instead of like your parents doing it for you?
Because my parents never made me to believe that anything is without your own working.
Right,
So it's never just, it's going to happen.
right.
It's, you need to put the work in. You can't just say, oh, I've got the talent, I can make it.
Yeah.
No, you have to work for it. You have to build
So
it.
you were already thinking before ending school that you're going to have to study drama and
Exactly.
pay for it yourself.
Exactly.
Okay.
And at one point, I had a breast operation.
Okay.
Right? So I had fibroadenema,
Right.
which is just these
I don't know what that is.
clumps
Right.
that form, and it's non-cancerous.
Okay.
So I was okay.
Okay.
But I still needed to remove the lump. And I
Okay.
had to remove this the day before I had my audition at
no,
Stellenbosch
and that's-
University
Oh, like to apply for drama.
to get the drama thing.
Yeah.
And as I'm there, I'm singing my heart out and I'm acting my heart out, doing all the things that they expect of me. And they say to me at one point, you know, we don't care. Because I showed them my band. I said,
Really?
look, I still got my hospital band and I was in
You
the
just had the
operating
operation?
room yesterday.
Really?
And I can't do any physical work.
Right.
I'm trying to, but I just can't.
Okay.
And in this exercise, I'm trying my best, and I could tell I'm not proving what I could be to them.
Right.
And at one point, we just had a chill. We all sat together, and we were having a conversation. We were all talking to this woman. And I asked her, so if I continued to do work in Cape Town, if I continued to do these castings and all of these kinds of things, is that something you guys would be opposed to as an institution? Would you rather want us on site, or would you be, you know, happy that we'd be doing work in Cape Town and getting exposure for the university and everything?
Okay.
And they said, if you can get work somewhere else, then you don't need us.
As the drama department.
And that's the response I got. And I felt that was heartbreaking.
Yeah.
I was like, what? I thought you guys were accepting of all kinds and you
Yeah.
want people to move forward and all these
Okay.
things. And they just sort of cancelled me in that moment.
Sure.
And I decided, you know what? I don't know what to do with my life. So I studied marketing.
Okay.
Because obviously...
At university or tech or?
At university.
Oh, right.
So I went to IMM.
Oh, the IMM, yeah. It's your
Yes.
marketing management, yeah.
In Stellenbosch.
Right.
And they helped me to sort of figure out... Because obviously every business needs marketing.
Of course, yeah.
Every business, especially in the digital age, needs digital marketing and social media marketing
Yeah.
and these things. So I got to that point where I was like, okay, I can do this.
Okay.
So fine. I won't be a performer. That's okay.
But this, you can still create content. You can still, yeah.
I can create content for other people.
Right.
Help them to create their brand
Yes.
and to get their brand better.
Okay.
But obviously, as life happens, I started at a corporate job. The corporate job was really very tough.
Right.
And I had trouble with it just because I'm a creative.
Right.
So being
And it was too
pushed-
structured.
Exactly. Being pushed in that way was just too much. And I tried to figure
Where
out
where
my
was
life.
the job?
Here in Paul, actually.
Okay.
It was a digital marketing agency
Right.
that had just started.
Okay.
Because I was still studying, I had 1 or 2 more subjects to finish.
Oh, so you hadn't actually got the
So
degree.
I didn't have my degree yet, but I got the job.
Okay.
And I was so keen for it.
Yeah.
But during this session, I realized that actually they're not looking for a person to just do the marketing. They're actually looking for an intern that's willing to subjugate themselves to this process, solidly be like, okay, I am in this corporate position.
I see. So it was like
Not
a startup.
coffee fetching.
Yeah, but it was a startup
But
in a
it's a
way,
startup.
but it's acting like a corporate or
And now I am in this financial department,
okay,
trying to be the account manager
right.
for a position I honestly did not have the experience for. So I do not mind them having chosen to move on from me.
Right.
That
Move
was
on
the
from,
first job
yeah.
that I got fired from, okay?
But how did you feel about the job? That did you really actually want to move on as well?
I felt like I gave it everything, but
Okay,
it was
so you-
still not enough, so I was okay with it ending.
So you put yourself like 100% into it.
I felt so.
Yeah. Okay.
I think it was a difficult position to be in as an intern because we were paid quite great.
But I mean, I think that's their fault because they should
paid
have.
us too well
Okay.
and expected too much of us as interns.
You mean paid you too little? Or well? What do you mean?
I think
well?
they paid us enough for us to be full spectrum, like proper people to be in that position.
Yeah.
But because I'm just out of varsity,
Okay.
I don't have my degree.
You don't really, and you also
So
didn't.
for you to pay me that much means you expect that much.
Okay.
And then shortly after I realized, okay, but half the people there don't want me to be there. They want me to fetch coffee.
Okay.
They want me to be cute and be okay, ma'am.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. But because out of varsity, you think you know, think you know everything. You think you know more than what you do. So I'm just grateful for having at least been through a corporate job.
Okay.
Because that corporate job taught me a lot. It taught me how to do actual communication in business sectors.
And how long ago was that job?
Oof. That was in 2015. No, wait. It couldn't have been 15. 2017.
Okay.
So that was quite a while ago, you know?
Yeah, like 6 years ago. So what did you do after that? What have you been doing in the last 6 years?
So after I studied, I had some trouble trying to figure out what I wanted to do. So I went overseas. So I went to England for 3 months to try and find a job.
Try and find work, yeah.
And I chose my timing poorly because it was Brexit.
Oh, really?
So even though that might not be
That
a
was
big
like
thing,
2017, when was it?
yeah, it was just after the job. So it was
Just
like
after,
2018.
2017, 2018.
Exactly. So I went to this country and tried to figure out, trying to even just get a waiter job.
Yeah,
Like,
but there
to
was a
me,
lot
it
of stuff with jobs, obviously.
And they
there was
said
uncertainty.
no foreigners.
No, yeah, because it
We're
was.
not taking any foreigners. You're
Right.
either a British citizen or you're not. So I was like, okay, but I'm
And unless
here.
you'd been in the country for a while and had a job,
You need to get a job before you get there.
kind of, yeah,
You can't just show
just
up and
show
look
up,
for a
yeah.
job.
Okay.
So I struggled a bit and I just couldn't deal with stuff. And then when I came back, I said to my mum, you know, this exemplary CEO style woman in this business, I said to her, Mom, help me. Just, I don't know what I'm doing. I studied marketing. I did all these things. I thought I was going to be a star in Siam-Milan, and that's
Right.
not happening. So what am I to do now?
Yeah.
She said, okay, you can start as an agent.
Okay.
I could teach you.
Right.
I can put you through the training. You can start as a rental agent and see whether there are some things that you can do in this town that'll make you feel fulfilled or make you... And I started doing that, but first
And I mean, sales is everything, right?
So I originally told her, listen, I don't want to work for you.
Right.
I love you, Ma.
Yeah.
But I don't want to work for you. I want to do this my own
Your way, yeah.
So she got me an interview with 3 different agencies. So I tried them.
Because your mom is basically saying, tell me what you want and I'll help you get it.
Yeah, like she can't make me get the job.
Yeah.
But she could just get me the in.
Right.
You know, she could just help me to, with her expertise. I mean, why would anybody in this lifetime not take advantage of that kind of, exposure or, potential? So I went to work in Constantia.
Oh, in Cape Town.
At that Rawson agency. Because I said I didn't want to work for her.
Yeah.
I wanted to earn my grapes my own way.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
And after a couple of months, I was earning 400 Rand a month.
Sure.
And I thought, I was making it.
Yeah.
I thought, hey, this is something. It's work. It's a job. It's something that's bringing me money and it's expertise. So I must just keep doing it.
Okay.
But I was treated badly.
In what way?
At that stage, I think there was some internal politics, that just sort of made it difficult because I think a lot of people assume that I have life easy. Just because
I've got this
personality, as well as my mom.
Yeah.
But I've got this personality that sort of just makes it seem easy come, easy go.
Yeah.
Right? But that doesn't mean it's easy.
No.
I just put on a brave face.
Okay.
It's just who I am.
Yeah.
So after a while, I realized that these people know who my mom are.
Okay, which also didn't help you.
Exactly. So they sort of started treating me differently, gave me some easy projects to do that ended up being so much more complicated.
Okay.
And I thought, you know what? I don't need to be here for this. I don't need to be bullied into this. And my mom phoned me and she said, listen, I've got a position that's opening up. I'm not phoning you to get you out of your spot. I know you've been working so hard to get to where you are right now.
Okay.
But I've got a position for you.
Okay.
If you want to come, come. And I was like, okay, cool.
Yeah.
Let me try this. At least when I go back home, I've got a place to stay. I've got a bit more comfort with people I know. It's not Cape Town. It's more Paarl vibe.
Yeah, which is your home.
Exactly. So I did inspections.
Okay.
So I would literally have to open up these cringy, horrible, badly molded cupboards and everything. Take pictures of them just to, get there.
Yeah, and it's in and out inspections.
So instead of being a rental agent, I ended up being
just an inspection agent.
An inspection agent, exactly. Running around taking pictures of people's homes.
Right.
Like for nonsense, just to show them, listen, your thingy is leaking.
Yes.
It's like everybody knows it's leaking, but I need to remind you for some reason. And then COVID came.
Okay.
So because of COVID, I couldn't enjoy the job anymore because nobody could move, nobody could do anything. And then I was like, okay, well, I need an income. So I need to do rentals again.
So you're still basically just earning your own commission, right? You're not really salaried?
That's the thing. That's what happened after COVID.
Yeah.
So I was fully commissioned then.
Yeah.
I was solidly working just to make ends meet, just to get enough rentals within a month, just to be able to get there. And then at last year, I said to them, listen guys, me having had my marketing degree and knowing what I know, the first point of your business is what they see. It's your product. It's that, what is this? It's not a beer. It's a good beer. It's a great beer. So I said to them,
we don't know what this beer is, but we are looking for sponsors.
We're like, hey, you're looking good, friend. Hello. So exactly. And I said to them, so some of the photos that you guys have might not look as good as you'd like it to.
Right.
So how about I'm the photographer?
Okay.
So having had my industry background, I had money saved up. So I bought a camera. I'd done a couple of things to get me to that photographic standard, and now that's what I'm doing.
So you're taking photos of properties?
I am now the real estate photographer of Rosa Properties Paul.
Wow.
As well as Tilburg.
Okay.
So I've been doing a
So
bit
you
of
obviously,
Tilburg.
it would be ideal to have more agencies to do the work for.
Exactly, because it's a franchised business.
Yes.
It all depends on who you are a part of.
Right.
And there are many photographers that are open to doing
course.
this job. 100%, I get that. But me, I've been doing this for a year, and I've really been working hard in trying to niche my brand and sort of get to that point where I say, I'm a good real estate photographer.
So you wouldn't necessarily be just exclusive for Rawson. You are a real estate photographer for anyone that needs real estate photos.
Exactly. At this point, I'm
Is
exclusive.
it? Oh, you are exclusive. Okay.
I think so, because I'm on retainer.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So that's why I would see
But not a lot of
myself
agencies
as-
necessarily do that, right?
They don't.
Yeah.
They really
Do you think
don't.
that would be a good idea for them to have someone like that?
Honest, that is the best choice for an agency to
Yeah.
do.
Because
If you know that your product is being presented in the best way it can,
Yeah.
you would take that person that's presenting the product that way and keep them.
yeah.
You wouldn't then say, okay, whatever, I can't have you today, I'll have somebody else today. You can't keep that consistency
Yeah.
if you do it that way.
Yeah, but I think I know the real estate business a little bit, and also, but it's mostly commission based, right? So I think a lot of this, people don't think further than that when it's commission based, because they can only pay someone when they earn. But you've also got to set up a business, because a business, sure, if there's commission, but there's other things that need to be part of the business that make the business better, so that everyone can earn more commission.
Exactly.
So spend some money to make some money.
Exactly.
Right.
And that's how my parents have always operated.
Okay. They're
It's-
specific, and that's specific to their agency, right?
Well, so my dad used to have a hardware store,
Okay.
a Mica.
Right.
Incredible.
And I mean, there you've got to pay your employees.
There he did so well that the actual Mica, like general, they all contacted him and said, teach us. Show us what you're doing. You're in the middle of nowhere. And you're making more money than half of the people out there. We want to know what you're doing different. My dad's philosophy was always give your clients what they want.
Okay.
That's why he was successful. Because he asked, they said they needed paraffin. So he drove to Middelburg and he went and bought 3 cans of paraffin. Came back and he had the 1 can to sell, and then he still had 2 cans. So whoever else came to him to get paraffin had their paraffin. So that's what my dad taught me. So whatever you do, is just make sure you giving the clients what they want. And I think that's exactly what my mother did with her
But
business.
sometimes clients don't always know what they want. I think that's also something you need to discover.
You need to know what they want.
Yeah.
And that's a
And
good conversation to have.
To have.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's just to be like, hey, do you want to sell your property?
Yeah.
Or do you want to get rid of an asset that you have?
Right.
Because that's a different conversation.
Yeah.
If you say, I want to sell my property, that's either family reasons, it's financial, it's whatever.
What's the reason you're selling? Yeah.
But if you say, I want to get rid of my asset, then there are different questions. Why do you want to get rid of your asset? Is it an asset you don't need anymore? Or is it an asset you don't know how to manage?
Yeah.
Because it might just be that you need a rental.
Rental agent, yeah.
How about you might just need a rental agent that can help you get a good
And that's also good
commercial.
advice, right?
Exactly. You might have a business opportunity where you're zoned in such a good position where you can either do commercial or residential. And maybe you send it out for commercial. And then you get a good business that wants to rent the property and make a business out of it. Then you get a 10-year deal. Just like that. You get a good tenant that will stay for a long time.
So you said you had savings for this camera of yours, right? So I mean that seems pretty astute. For
Yes.
So what is your philosophy in terms of money and savings and planning for your finances? Because you seem to have been in a lot of situations where you maybe were earning a lot less than what your expenses were. You were building up. You were still building to get somewhere. You're still pretty. I mean, from the sound of it, still pretty young. Still almost at the beginning of a career. But you've obviously got a lot of good ideas about how you want to do that. So, what is your sort of philosophy around financial planning, financial savings?
For a long time, I don't think I prioritized saving.
Okay.
Like, I thought I knew I had to save, but I just never prioritized it. I just thought, hey, I've got an extra 500, let's just spend it. Let's just make it good. Because I am that kind of person who likes to live in the moment.
Okay.
So this year, I felt like it was my big thing to try and save.
Okay.
So I've been working really hard the entire year to build up my salary or to build up my commission or whatever I earn.
Yeah.
To the point where I can say, you know what, this money, it's irrelevant right now.
Right.
It'll be relevant later.
It's like delayed gratification.
Exactly. And that's something that a lot of people today don't realize.
Okay.
Instant gratification is so cute. It's so nice. But it's not cost worthy. It's not actually fulfilling to go with instant gratification. You need to say, guess what? In a year's time, I want to go on a yacht. I want to be that chick, right? How am I going to get there?
Yeah.
Oh no, spending money every month.
Yeah.
No, that's not how you
So a bit of planning, even if you're living in the moment, is also good. You can still live in the moment a little bit.
400 rand away.
Put it away.
It's 400
Don't think about it.
Seems like nothing, maybe.
Right.
In that month, 400 rand seems like nothing. You put it aside and you're like, okay, whatever. As long as you don't delve into it and you keep that mindset of, I'm saving for something.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
My mom told me this.
Yeah.
She said, I'm saving for me.
Pay yourself first.
Exactly. You paid yourself, sure, you got the money, but now put that aside for later me.
But that's also paying yourself, your future self.
Because what do I want later?
Yeah.
What do I want in a year's time? I want to be able to go Ibiza.
Yeah.
I want to go Spain. I want to go Bali. I want to do anything that I possibly could set my mind to.
Yeah.
How am I going to get there? Oh, on some guy's charity? No. Please, I'm too independent for that.
Right.
So why have I not given myself that independence?
So that's an interesting point, and without being, call it sexist, or talking about the difference between men and women, how do you feel about it? I mean, you mentioned the independent side of things. I mean, I think often women pin their financial sort of stability on someone else.
On a man or on...
Do you agree with that?
I agree entirely. A lot of women do expect that...
Not only that, but...
somebody's going to take care of me.
Yeah, but not only that, like, I think, and also not... Even if that income is coming from a man and you're in a relationship or it may not be a man, it could be a woman or someone. But I'm just talking about the traditional, because I mean, I'm a little bit older. So like, I'm talking about a man and a woman because in finances, and especially with even my own mother, she was a teacher, she earned her own money, but in those days, my dad was earning the income, and that's fine, but what is she, and she became a housewife, which is also great, but there's still something you can do as a woman to invest yourself in the finances of the family.
Yes.
Right? So you can maintain independence with that, but you've often found that if the man then dies or something happens to him, or he has another mistress that he's paying for, suddenly it's the woman doesn't know anything about what the finances are.
I'm going to blow the mind.
Okay.
I'm going to be that person. I am entirely for the submissive wife.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay, that was unexpected.
And I know.
Yeah,
I am solidly an independent woman.
Yeah.
But I am still solidly for the submissive wife.
Okay. In a traditional relationship.
Exactly. Because I think people have taken the submissive wife out of context and said that it's a yes, no.
Yeah.
You're either yes or you're no.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
As a submissive wife, you can still be the person that says, hold on.
Yeah.
You are not spending the money that we have.
Yeah, because it's a we thing. It's not a you
Yeah,
and me thing. It's a we thing.
So I stay home and take care of the babies.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
But you make the money.
Yeah.
And that means that you need to know what you're doing with your finances.
Yeah, but you also need to be responsible as a woman that is staying at home to understand.
Know what's happening.
And to make sure that if something happens to that income, that the family is protected, right?
Why did it happen?
Yeah.
You can't be that wife that sits at home and says, oh,
I don't know what's going on.
Oh my word, something happened. I don't know what's happened. No. I will not be that wife. But I know I will be submissive in the sense that I will let my man take charge in the house.
Sure.
Take the traditional manly, direction and take that proposition and go for it. But I know that I will still I'll still be doing my own thing.
And the money you make will contribute to that pot.
Exactly. It contributes to the whole financial spectrum of what the family gets.
Right.
And that's why I see myself as a submissive wife.
Right.
It's just because I'd say, you know what, my love?
Yeah.
You do what you find is the best to be the leader for our love and our life and everything.
Yeah.
But if I want to do work or if I want to do my own thing, I am freely able to do that.
Yeah.
So that's...
I mean, I think I'm of the view that there's two parts to any relationship. And I think there is the part, about nurturing your relationship and love. And there is an element of marriage, because when you get married legally as well, if you actually there's laws that apply to how your assets get divided at divorce or when you die or things like that. So you need to manage that side of the business as a fucking business.
Yeah.
It's a fucking business.
That's what contributes to most marriages ending in divorce.
Right.
Is because a lot of people don't think of it as a business decision.
Yeah.
They think,
sure, there's two parts to it, but
let's get married.
Yeah, let's have kids. Where's the planning?
Where's the prenup?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Yeah.
What are you telling me? Oh, you just got married and you're just sharing finances. No. You need to have, if you've got assets that you need to protect, protect them.
Yeah.
Who will I be as a wife to tell my husband you can't protect your assets? That means that I'm a gold digger.
Yeah.
That means that I'm that wife that's going to say, oh, you need to share everything with me when we split.
Right, yeah.
It's like, that's not fair.
Yeah.
Because if roles were reversed,
right,
would it be the same? No.
Yeah.
So I've got a man in my life right now.
Right.
That has a past, that has things that have happened. And it's been an interesting ride for me. But I don't feel like I need to put myself second, ever.
No, sure.
I feel like it's a solid partnership.
But do you know what's going on in your relationship finances together?
Exactly.
Okay.
100%.
Okay.
He's moving down, and through the whole conversation, I know exactly what's happening.
Yeah.
I might not know
everything,
scent.
but I mean, you kind of know.
I know.
Yeah.
I know what's happening, and I'm trustworthy. I'm also trusting him in whatever he says to be true, and for us to get there. If he lies, he lies.
And I mean, you're not married, so you don't even get into that place where you're really planning and saying, okay, this is how it's going to be. Before we get married, this needs to be sorted out.
Yeah.
This,
Well, we are talking about
good.
it.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah,
I mean, I literally think you should have a company a company of trust for your marriage.
This is what my parents did.
yeah, that's the business side. And once business is sorted out, we can have fun and we can love each other and we can do things, but we know the fucking money is working. What I want to talk about now is more about your life as an actor, the drama and what you do for fun, and like a part outside of business, and obviously you're kind of a put together person in terms of what you want to do career wise. you know, who else are you? What else do you do? What do you do for fun? What do you love doing?
I just love people in general. So wherever people are, I tend to go.
Okay.
I'm one of those people that loves to be included.
Okay.
I've got FOMO.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to. I really don't.
Yeah.
And a lot of the times I'm in control of it. But sometimes I just don't. And at some stage, there was a friend of mine who also lives in Paarl.
Okay.
And she said to me, listen, there's this little like music video shoot that's happening, and if you want to be part of it, come join. And at that stage I was like, am I into the acting? Am I trying to do that again? Is that really my scene?
Yeah.
Because I've been working in a whole different industry.
Yeah. Although it is content creation, it's creative still.
But
right, so you still got that.
Yeah, but I felt like when you content create, you need to keep up with it.
Okay.
It's not like you can create content once a year.
Yeah.
You have to sort of keep with it.
Yeah.
So when she said this, I thought, okay, let me take a chance.
Right.
Let me see what this is about.
Yeah.
So this ended up being Angie Oeh's first music video shoot.
And she's passed away now, right?
She passed away this year.
Sure.
And it was really tough for us to sort of realize how final it was.
Right.
Because we all had so many high hopes and like so much.
There could have been so much more.
Oh my word, this woman was gonna be such a game changer. Look at me, I'm just.
Yeah, you're getting goosebumps.
I'm getting goosebumps just talking about it. She was gonna be such a game changer.
Yeah.
And this was the first music video I've done in my life. And I show up to the shoot and it's sex in Afrikaans.
Okay, yeah.
And immediately I'm like, what?
Yeah.
Okay, fair,
Yeah.
but fair,
Yeah.
but fair. You know, like I get it, but it's like, what's my mom gonna think?
Yeah.
What's my granny gonna think? And at the same time, I'm like, who cares? It's Afrikaans music. Afrikaans music has never cared about anybody. It's what you feel. It's passion. It's music. It's love.
You feel it's like the new wave of Afrikaans music?
Exactly. I thought she had this beautiful thing about her that was just so uniquely her that nobody could stand in her way. You know, I felt like she was the new Jack Parrow of female Afrikaans rap.
Yeah. And there hasn't really been an Afrikaans female rapper, right?
Like, okay, let's not talk about the Antwoord.
Yeah.
But
they
did their own thing, which was great. But I felt like Angie Oeh was just this solidly loving person, but I didn't know this, right? Because on the first day,
you didn't know her
it was
at all.
just sex in Afrikaans.
Yeah.
You know, I was like,
so you didn't have too much. You didn't have context, right?
Yeah, I was like, I don't know if all of my friends are gonna understand this.
Yeah.
And after a while, I just got a vibe, and I just felt, wow, this chick is gonna be revolutionary. So then after that day, Volkie van Gogh, he spoke to us and he said, listen, we're going to do another music video.
He was managing her, right?
Yes, he was managing her.
But produced by...
I knew he did really, Jeff Hookins.
Okay.
Yeah, Jeff Hookins, absolutely
the music
videographer.
Okay.
Oh my word, he did such a good job. He flew the drone right in, and this is amazing little video of us where we reacted to the drone coming in.
Okay.
And it was just
I have to see that video to actually look for you now.
You have to.
I've seen the video before,
but you see the drone coming in and you just see me, Angie and Margot running off the side like, oh my word.
Okay.
But it was just.
And is that something that's your passion maybe now, to get involved in stuff like that?
I absolutely loved being on set.
Okay.
Doing these things. I love being a hand on set.
Okay.
Like, it's not just about being featured.
Right.
Because there were some chicks on the set.
Yeah.
That were like, oh my God.
I want to get featured. Yeah.
And then I'm like, lady, listen, we're all extras.
Yeah.
Like, we all
know your place.
Like, know your place, really.
Yeah.
Just chill. Nazim Brenner was there, and he's there driving his car, and you think, oh, you that Oleg. To sit in the passenger side of his car. No, you're not.
Oh, man.
Anyways.
So is that something that you do to, like, almost you don't really worry about what the income would be, and it would
no
be...
income.
You're right.
It was never about the money,
Yeah.
not even
Okay.
in a quick second. It was
Yeah.
all just about the exposure
Yeah.
and the fun
Yeah.
of being able to be a part of that.
Yeah.
Because I ended up being part then of her next music video.
Oh, okay.
And
2.
then even the next.
Right.
So I was in 3.
So you would have been in the... You would have basically been in the crew.
Yeah.
Right.
So
And just for the
well,
ride.
I think so.
And just for the ride.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Seks en Afrikaans, altyd op my vibe,
Yeah.
mooiste meisies.
Okay.
And then, unfortunately, we learned of Angie's
Yeah.
demise.
Yeah.
And it was horrible because I know how much Volkie and his fam, like put into it. And we all know how much she wanted it. So we wanted it for her.
Okay.
But also one of the things that came out of it, I was in another 2 music videos that year.
Okay.
I did Vrede and Tino,
Okay.
which is Afrikaans music.
Okay.
So, and I loved it, just being a part of it. It was so cool.
Yeah.
And anyway, so that's what I'd love to do.
Okay.
I'd love to try and be a part of projects.
Okay.
No matter what your vibe is, no matter what you do, I want to be a part of the project. I want to work with you.
Cool.
I want to see how.
Well, let's work together. I think it's been a great...
Hey!
This has been a great chat.
I think so. This has been lovely.
Yeah, I mean, I'm glad we had it.
Moenie sê jy gaan soet wees nie, want ons maak nie beloftes dat ons nie gaan hou nie.
Cool. Cheers. It's been so
Cheers.
good to have you on.
Cheers. Thank you very much.